Hey loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video from Manhood, and it's titled Attractive Woman Believes Men Have Obligation to Marry Her. And you guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is.
And guess what? You'd be 100% correct in assuming that, because we're done. We're walking away. You see, we've adopted what women have been preaching for the last 50 years. We don't need women. We can take care of ourselves. There's nothing to be gained by being in a relationship. So after 50 years of hearing that used against us, now we've adopted it. And all of a sudden you're upset about it. I'm not sure why. We're just simply following your lead. You got what you wanted. Let's enjoy it.
This is because you've been telling men for years that you don't need them. Men are getting used to being alone and adapting. This shouldn't be the case, but men didn't seem to have a choice. We all know that women can still make things better. They shouldn't say they don't need men to begin with. It is very helpful. We must work together.
Feminism is the sole reason why men aren't dating anymore. It is far-reaching, evil, and the cause of every decline in regards to dating, marriage, birth rates, social and scientific progress, and so much more. Feminism has successfully chased a huge swatch, mostly upper-crust guys, away from dating, marriage, and kids.
True.
Thanks to feminism, men are not guaranteed their children's parentage. This is a huge issue for men. They can look past and accept a lot of unacceptable stuff if they know that no matter what, their kids are their own. According to a 2005 study, 1 in 25 people were wrong about who their fathers were. I guess that doesn't sound so bad, until you find out that as of 2019, 1 in 10 people were wrong about who their fathers are. A more comprehensive study found that a minimum of 30% of men are not the real fathers of their children, and that doesn't even include all men. Just the men that needed paternity tests done. This goes into more detail about the odds of 1 in 3 people not knowing their real father. And yes, these are based on men who thought they were or should have been the real father. Men are not being trusted or respected. Kill All Men is a real hashtag that went viral in 2014 and is still being used all these years later. There are many examples of this, though thankfully men and sane women are starting to really make fun of it and point out that people who use it are indoctrinated, hateful creatures. But that is an aside. How can you love, trust, and respect the person you wish death on? If you meet a guy and you fall in love, but your Twitter is full of garbage like hashtag kill all men, hashtag yes all men, a hashtag meant to shame men into conformity and compliance, and hashtag toxic masculinity, where men are shamed for being men, period. How are you going to say, "Oh, but I didn't mean you"? And why would he believe you? The foundations of love are built on trust and respect. Women just do not trust men. They don't respect them. I could really go on and on this. There are so many ways men aren't respected. Men are painted as useless oafs. Just look at most popular shows about families, especially through the decades. We have the Brady Bunch, where Mr. Brady was the head of the household. He provided for his family, took charge, and knew that the kids weren't his due to remarriage, but still loved them all the same. Fast forward, and we have love and marriage.
Wow, you guys, this narration is very, very touching, because the way men are treated is very, very unfair. Despite all they do to keep their family front together, they are still disrespected. They are still seen as not doing enough. And I hope that women will do better when it comes to like acknowledging their men, honoring their men, and even heaping praises on them just to say thank you for all you do. But instead, they are being seen as filth. They are being disrespected, and this is also unfair on men. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far, and let's continue watching, you guys.
This show focused more on the problems in marriage, but still showed Mr. Bundy as a strong man who would begrudgingly take care of his family and provide for them. And at the end of the day, he did love his wife and kids. Now, we have shows like Everybody Loves Raymond, where Ray is a henpecked, unhappy man who fails in the eyes of his wife no matter how hard he works or what he does. Even our commercials have transitioned from strong, capable, handsome men to these weak little soy boys who don't even know how to wield a hammer. It's so upsetting. Men are vilified for being a man. A man wants to teach a woman something she doesn't know. Hashtag mansplaining. Hashtag everyday sexism. Maybe he wants to have some time away from women. Hashtag add women. Hashtag masculinity. So fragile, even though it's apparently oppressing the whole world. He eats meat? Hashtag rape culture is when. Seriously, I have heard people argue that eating meat is misogynistic and violent, and that men who like to eat meat are those things, so they must also be okay with or participate in rape. Men are not allowed to like pretty women. If a man likes a pretty woman, he's a misogynist asshole with no respect for women. But if he also then refuses to date ugly women, he's a misogynist asshole with no respect for women. And when he just refuses to date, he's a misogynist asshole with no respect for women who can't get laid. Men must gladly, graciously, and gratefully accept whatever woman or women are thrown at him, regardless of if he's single, interested, open to it, or even likes it. Because feminism has taught more and more generations of girls that they deserve any man whenever they want, for whatever purposes they want. Money, talent, time, attention, sex, and love. Men are dispensable, replaceable, and interchangeable. They're all only good for sex, money, and fixing stuff, right? Never mind that feminism still pushes that men are idiots who can't do anything. And they don't need money. Did you know that? You can actually just pay them in sex, and their magic food and electricity from the ether. They aren't allowed to have their own thoughts, opinions, hobbies, personal time, joy and happiness. You get the idea. They can only have something once it's approved by their woman, whether that be his wife, mother, sister, or even just some passing lady in the street. Men cannot have their wives, even married men. Feminism has morphed the role of wife from something beautiful and loving into a polyamorous, nagging mess. And if he doesn't like it, he's abusive, insecure. You get the idea.
Wow, you guys, this is very, very pathetic. What feminism has done to women is the most brutal thing ever. Because feminists will tell you that whenever you are ready to date, there are so many men out there waiting for you. But in the real sense of the word, there are so many women crying because they haven't seen a man. Hence, they are now forsaking feminism. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far. The way this guy captures this narration is very, very interesting, and at the same time, very emotional towards men, because the way men are being treated, men are not being regarded the way they should. In fact, any man that can take care of a woman and his kid successfully without breaking down should be honored, should be placed in high esteem above anything or anyone else. But instead, women are listening to more feminist rants and not knowing what they have until they have totally lost it. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far. I'm really having fun with this particular one, and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
Men are having to make illegal secret sex tapes just to avoid false allegations of rape, coercion, and assault. False allegations are skyrocketing, and they're used to keep men in line. If you leave me, I'll say you raped me. Yes, this happens, and it happens a lot. It's disgusting. I really could go on. Feminism is a death cult focused on emasculating men, stealing femininity away from women, and destroying normal families, progress, and Christianity, among other conservative family-centric religions. Now, if you were a man and you saw what it was like to date and get married and have kids, you know that there's a 1 in 3 chance that any time your wife, who is openly polyamorous and thinks you're an ATM, gets pregnant, the baby might not be yours, and that if you date at all, you run a high risk of being falsely accused of rape, assault, and abuse anytime your girl gets mad. Why on earth would you date anyone? It's so frightening and messed up. Wolves have chased the guard dogs away, and now the sheep are left in open fields, prime for the picking. And the sheep are celebrating. I see feminists celebrating the MGTOW movement as much as I see them berating the MGTOW movement. I really think that's because a lot of feminists don't realize it's an anti-woman death cult. They just hear the talking points of supposed equality and say, "Hey, I like that," and jump on board and listen to whatever nonsense comes out in the name of women's progress. Those women are starting to panic about where all the men have gone and why. But the wolves, the ones who are radicalized and know 100% where this is headed, they're happy. They think they get to be kings now, with absolutely no understanding of what that entails. And men are just done. They aren't stepping in or stepping up as much anymore, because they have been dealing with this for years now. This ungrateful, hateful attitude toward them. Why the heck would they stay? Why would they come back? There will have to be very serious changes made before men start to date and marry in the numbers they used to. And almost all of those changes involve reversing some of the most detrimental ways of thinking and behaving that feminism has foisted onto boys, girls, men, and women.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting video, and I wish more young ladies can listen to this particular one and know the right thing to do, because the way women are treating men these days is a total disaster, because men do not really deserve the kind of ill treatment they are getting from women, either from their marriages or from their relationship. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really had fun reacting to this particular one. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.